I'm just going to shoot just a quick video to kind of give you an idea of what transition and CBI, CBV, and OVR, and kind of how it relates and should be written into an IEP. I just pulled an old IEP that I had and just going to kind of go through the document with you quickly. Concentrate on the certain sections that we have within the training. If you have any questions, ask your supervisor. I'll be happy to answer questions as well, especially as it relates to our Achieving Skills for Life program. Okay, so when we're flipping through the document here, when we get to this section, present levels related to current post-secondary transition, etc. Okay, during this first section here, I talk about the students' participation in our work skills program. We had kids working within the building, so I described in here, what he was doing, what we were working on, how he did. I also talked about how we're going to continue to do that for here. How we talked about how we continue to do that for the next year, how long his work day was, what his objectives were, how he did on his objectives, etc. For right here, this talks about the OVR trainings that we did for early reach. So that's for you guys, that would be all of these things. Okay, so I mentioned within the IEP, that he had the opportunity to attend these trainings, and I listed what the trainings were and what dates they were, which that's important. If you think it isn't, it is important to put the dates in. During our last monitoring, we were told to do that. Again, during his upcoming IEP, what trainings is he going to do then? Okay, so if you don't do all of your early reach in 1 year, I'll talk about what you're going to do the following year. This section talks about his paid work experience. We had some money from North Central, so he had a paid work experience. I talked about what he did, what kind of money he made, what kind of hours he was allowed to work. This is a transition conference that he attended. So I talked about what date it was, what kind of topics that they covered. Okay, this is a student interview. So I asked the student, what is it that you want to do? Where do you want to get training at? Included in the IEP. This I talked about his tour of Hiram G. Andrews, what he might be interested in. For this, we did a survey. Okay, and during that survey, I was able to tell what kind of money skills, etc., we were able to work on, and the vocational class was here. So all of you 14 and older have that. What did he work on? Worked on cooking skills, gardening, measuring, household cleaning, etc., etc. We talk about it right here. This student wants to get a driver's license, so we talked here that he's in driver's ed, or what steps we're going to take in order to get him a driver's license. And as you can see down here, here's the blurb for the community-based vocational instruction. He was taken out. It talks about what skills they were working on, how he did, the recommendations for the next year. Okay, the next section is the needs section, and we have down here. And as you'll notice, it says continue to develop vocational work skills. So for each one of these needs, you need to have a goal for. So we have continued to develop work vocational skills. If we flip to the back, okay, there's the goal for it. Okay, and then the objectives are down here as well. Okay, so if you have a goal, you have to have a need. Okay, and we need to have both of those for a student to be able to participate in the Achieving Skills for Life program. All right, so we're going to flip over. We're going to take a look at the transition grid. And the transition grid, okay, he has a post-secondary goal. And stuff that we're going to help him get there, activities that we're going to do to help them get there. These should never be blank. Okay, so his goal is he'd like to obtain a post-secondary education in culinary arts or retail-related field. So what are we going to do to help him get there? Minimum, we need to start working on all of his goals. Here are his goals right here. Okay, that's a service activity that should be in here. Okay, he's going to do a transition conference. Importantly for us, opportunity to participate in the career exploration training by OVR. Opportunity to participate in self-awareness training. Opportunity to participate in self-advocacy training. That's stuff that's all done through early reach. Okay, we have a goal in here for he works. He wants to work in the culinary arts related field. Okay, so what are we going to do to be able to help him with that? Well, we're going to do CBVI training. And then we have OVR stuff, opportunity to participate in soft skills, hard skills, opportunity to participate in building, those are all things through OVR. And these all will change by year, and they may be different depending on what the student, depending on who the student is. Okay, and here is his independent living goal, and here we have participate in the vocational class. The vocational class, which all of you will be doing this year, the cooking, the curriculum that we follow, etc. Okay, and then we have the OVR, participate in, well, social skills training is something that took place in the classroom, and opportunity to participate in budgeting skills training. All of these service activities support this goal. We do these to help him reach this goal. These should never be blank if there's a goal. Same with this, should never be blank if there's a goal. Okay, and your frequency, just to touch on it, opportunity to participate in school's work, and we have up to 90. Okay, the CBI placement, okay, 9 weeks per school year, not to exceed 90. Okay, and I did the grid for you guys, so you guys can take it from that. Okay, and the next section that we're going to comment on is the SDIs, which is here. As you can see, life skills vocational training, 5 by 42 minutes weekly, because that class should take place every day, 5 days a week, and however many minutes your class periods are. Our class periods were 42 minutes. Okay, also take note, this should say the opportunity to participate in the CBVI training placement in the community, 9 weeks per year, not to exceed 90 hours. The community-based CBI training would be different than this, but I provide you guys with the grid so you know what to put in there. Just want you to know that when we pick up an IEP and you're looking for transition, those are the things that they're looking for. Those are the things that need to be there. There's no exceptions. They need to be there. You know, if a kid is participating in our program, they need to have those things there. The need has to be there. The narrative has to be there. The goal has to be there, and it has to be in the SDI section. That's where it needs to be in compliance with the indicator 13 for an IEP. If you have any questions, ask your supervisor, ask me, ask Megan. Our goal this year is to get all of our IEPs straightened out. Thank you very much.